Making things like concrete iron ingots and reinforced steel plates are good and all, but it's time for something a little bit more complicated. And for that we need our next milestone, which is the assembly milestone, which will allow us to assemble items into things like the rotors and the modular frames. And I know pretty much about as much as you guys do at this point because I'm not really looking forward through guides or anything. So what these create is still a mystery to me. And I know we have trains coming though, because that was part of the update, and I'm very excited to make a monorail system to do something like deliver parts probably. So I'm going to select this milestone, and we're going to have to construct the stuff. And while I'm here, I'm going to go over to the analyzer and see if we can find out what these barrel nuts can be used for. It takes 5 minutes, and sometimes they unlock things like new milestones or new equipment. So that could be pretty cool. So for this, up in the top right, you can see that we need a bunch of iron rods, plates, wire, and cable. So we're going to put the materials in here. Ooh, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Kind of hurts to get rid of all of it, but it's going to a good place. So what do we have now? The assembler. So we're going to need, oh boy. I was assuming that we were going to assemble things use the assembler to make those like frames and rotors, but it looks like we need those to actually make these. So we're going to have to go into the constructors and kind of readjust our assembly lines in order to make those. So how are we going to do that? It appears that the rotor and the modular frame are here in the crafting bench, and they probably do need to be made in the assembler, but I can't make an assembler without making them first, so we're going to have to do them by hand. So how many did I need for that? Might as well put this up on the board for what we need. So we're going to need 3 modular frames. I can make 3 of those now. And 4 rotors, which look a little bit more expensive. We're going to need a lot of screws and iron rods. So I'm going to go grab those. Okay, well, ooh, made 5 by accident. So it's time for the assembler. Let's find that in here. And it's pretty wide. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit over 1 block. So we're going to put it in the middle here so that it can combine these 2 things. 2 things or 3 things? Yeah, just 2 things. Let's get this ready and maybe just direct them straight in. That's fair enough, right? Because it's coming from these guys. Oh no! They're already coming out! So I'm first going to make sure that it doesn't blow out a fuse here. So I'm kind of waiting for it to start, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, it absolutely did. Oh, that takes a lot more power than I was expecting. So I'm going to create a new biomass burner for this guy. Do I have it on the hotbar? Yeah, I guess I've been making a lot of these recently. So let's just throw it here temporarily. Until I start adding walls to this, I don't really feel like I need to have a solid plan. So this thing is operating at 15 megawatt hours. That's outrageous. How does it look? What is it doing exactly? So it's got like a 4-tool jig on the outside for welding. I guess it takes a while to get the new thing. It's pretty complicated looking. Maybe these are the parts that it starts with. And I guess it's assembling that and that. So it's going to give it that, and then that, and it's just kind of welding them together. But at least it... Ooh, okay. That's pretty sweet. I like to watch these. So 1 unit is done, and I guess I could add a storage unit to the output of this. So why don't we do that? Ooh, those are pretty. I don't remember doing it, but it appears that I actually did go ahead and unlock the conveyor splitter, which I can use to try and make things a little bit easier with that conveyor belt system. So I'm going to head over there. Let's try and find that in logistics. So now that that is overwhelmed, it's going to start sending things over there, but it is going to prevent me from accumulating them in here unless that is built up or backed up. So I've got a system in place. Whether or not it's a good one has yet to be seen. At this stage, I think I'm going to be needing 2 assemblers here and then 1 assembler beyond the 2 assemblers. So there are 3 different recipes I have in the assemblers. The reinforced iron plates and the rotors are going to be my 2 key ones. You can see they both feed off of screws. I'm going to figure out a conveyor belt system to make that work. But then the modular frame here actually requires reinforced iron plates. We're going to need to feed that in as well as find a way to also get the iron rods in. So I'm going to see if there's a way for me to use... Glad that I have all these ladders everywhere. I can get a look at things. A jetpack would be nice, but I'm going to need to figure out a way to get all of these materials into the assemblers. I think I'm going to have 2 assemblers here and 1 assembler back there, but it's also going to require feeding in iron rods to that 3rd one. So, it's going to be tough. I've gotten things to a point where I thought it would be good for this overall plan of being able to make modular frames and rotors from the raw materials, but it turns out that I'm going to have some problems now getting the screws over into this one. So I'm thinking my plan might actually be to do a 2nd floor. If I'm able to get these to turn around and go up and then across, it's going to be able to, well, no, we're going to have still problems crossing over. But I need something else in order to make this work. I need to be able to raise up these conveyor belts. So it's requiring a skill set that I don't currently have, but I'm going to keep trying to figure out how to make this work. What am I doing? Okay, I completely messed this whole thing up. Okay, I believe I have everything as it should be. I've got power back to most of my stuff. That wing over there is going to just be doing nothing for a while, but that's just copper, and I don't need that for this process right now. So we've got these pumping in raw material, iron ingots from both sides in storage, and then more iron ingots. And then we've got the rods here, which are going to be a limiting factor with the plates there. I wish I could fly up and see this from a bird's eye view. It would probably make things a lot easier. But then the rods come in here. They're either going this direction or they're becoming screws. Now if they become screws, they're going into the storage unit first and then splitting off So screws from iron rods are going to be going into both of these. Iron rods are going to be splitting also this direction, splitting again. Wait, why do I have double iron rods going there? Oh, because that's the modular frame? Okay, so I don't even remember what I was doing before. Okay, rods and reinforced iron plates. So the reinforced iron plates should be coming out of here. And it looks like it is working. Yes! Reinforced iron plates. So I'm just going to make sure that that's going to produce something. It looks like it's going to be taking a very, very long time. We're going to need to up my production of iron rods by adding another line here. But that's just something I can do later. Right now, this is just proof of concept. So this should be pumping out rotors, and they're doing so slowly. But I got 4 in here, so it looks like that's working. Yes! I was surprised the rotor doesn't require any copper, because it seems to have some kind of copper coils in there. What kind of rotor is that? It looks kind of like a brake rotor because it looks slotted on top. But how is this going? We just need some more iron rods. So once we get iron rod production up, this should work. But right now it is working, as intended. So maybe there are some that I can steal. Nope. And I can't really control the split here. I think it might be 1 for 1. It appears to be. So I just need to create another line with maybe that third node of iron rods. But they are coming, slowly but surely. We'll help them move them down the line and steal a couple from over here. Oh gosh, there's 100 in there. You don't need all those, do you? So put them in here. I probably had a bunch in my inventory. And it is producing them. Now, I'm guessing there's one in there, but I just want to see it come out of here because that's going to be a big championship moment of victory. Yes! Modular frame! We are doing it. We are making stuff. So, it's not the prettiest of assembly lines, but it is functional. And I'm slowly turning down the settings on my computer as I add more things because the complexity is going up faster than my computer's not adapting, but the complexity is just ruining my performance. So let's take a bird's eye view. This perch looking pretty good. What's going on with that guy over there? He's red. So things are good except for that. And the fact that I can't seem to get down from these without killing myself. Oh, okay, there we go. Just kind of floating down. Once we check that out, I think we're going to be good. So why is this red? What are you making? You should be... Oh, you're making nothing. Oh, okay, that's just a dead end. I guess you could be making more iron rods for me. Okay, so that's an update, which I will do in the interim, but thank you guys for watching. We are on our way to producing some awesome stuff with the new assemblers. I know this is a long episode, but I appreciate you guys making it all the way through. So, like if you haven't already, let me know what you think about the series, and I'll see you in the next video.